in the 2023 session, Senate Bill 540, which was carried by Senator Daniel Zolnikov out of Billings, adjusted how Commerce spends our lodging facility use tax, which is more commonly known as the bed tax, and asked us to really focus on rural and undervisited Montana and how we could develop tourism in those areas and maybe help alleviate some of the tourism from our overvisited areas around Glacier and Yellowstone National Park.
I hope that the pilot grant will shape Red Lodge as a community by really making sure that as we grow, we do this in a way that doesn't destroy what we already have.
The pilot communities came to be a focus for us for rural communities as an opportunity for them to have a large-scale financial investment into their community to help grow tourism assets, so a hotel or building out parks or trail systems, and a way for them to showcase their community and help to grow visitation in their area.
There's a bunch of pieces of this grant program that I think are really exciting for our community. One of the big part that we have is that we see a lot of our tourism in the summer, and so we see a bunch of boom and bust. And so it can be really hard for businesses to be viable in the wintertime. And it's really hard on the employees, especially the service sector employees. As business drops in the wintertime, it makes it difficult for them to make a living. And so I think we're really excited about this grant program because it can help really us focus on winter tourism as well as our summer tourism and really smooth out a lot of the ups and downs that we see in our economy.
There are all different ways to approach tourism across the state, and every community has something different to offer. I think it's helped us to look at all of our other programs and even our tourism marketing to see how we can benefit those small communities that do have kind of a niche within tourism that we maybe weren't aware of until they applied and were awarded this grant.
When tourism shuts down where we live, it affects everybody, regardless of who you are. If you're a lawn care person or if you work in a restaurant, we're so dependent on every dollar, and our window to get that dollar is so short here because of our weather that we just, it was apparent that we need to expand to grow so we can employ more people, have full-time positions that aren't seasonal.
I think our biggest moment of success has been getting the steering committee together and focusing on tourism and how we can actually improve our community, and also just thinking about, what are we missing? What can we do better to make our community not only better for tourism, but also for the folks who live here. A lot of the projects that we're thinking about are not only going to benefit people who visit, but they really are going to be part of the core of our winter activities for our residents as well. And so I think that really is a lot of what makes this grant program wonderful for us.
One thing that makes the pilot grant so great is that every dollar that we receive from the state goes back to our local contractors. So we're going to use everyone from electricians, plumbers, all of those people who live and work here are going to receive the money. So that's really cool to us.